Unruly behavior put the safety of families and children at risk, according to a Middlesbrough councillor, and Cleveland police experienced one of its busiest ever nights in terms of calls. The enclosure's maximum capacity of 3,000 had been reached well before kickoff, with stewards turning away those who were already intoxicated or who were attempting bringing alcohol purchased elsewhere. While some left the area, around 500 people remained, with some trying to force their way through the fence and subjecting staff to a volley of abuse and threats of violence. Reaction: "It's a shame a few idiots spoil it." Despite security searches on entry, a number of flyers were also smuggled in and were lit and thrown into the main crowd. Matters were not helped by technical problems with the big screen, resulting in a delay in transmission, and a break in the broadcast during the second half. Following consultation with Cleveland police, the decision has been taken not to screen England's semi-final against Croatia on Wednesday evening. "I was in Centre Square on Saturday reporting on the England match for Teesside Live, a day that was meant to be one of celebration. The scorching hot weather, plus an England win in a World Cup quarter-final sounds like the perfect Saturday afternoon, but the reality was somewhat different at the big screening. Kids were left cowering as cans, balls, and other missiles were repeatedly hurled into the air. Myself and a colleague watched in disbelief as a young girl was hit in the face by a plastic water bottle which left her visibly distressed. Around the arena, families could be seen growing concerned as boisterous behavior from pockets of the crowd began to get out of hand. At one point I was hit on the head by an object which, thankfully, was a glancing blow, but it dazed me briefly, nonetheless." Despite bags being searched, flares were smuggled in, which in such a confined space seemed really dangerous. The live screening being minutes behind the actual action didn't help matters, which, coupled with the signal cutting out, turned the whole thing into somewhat of a farce. Councillor Mick Thompson, Middlesbrough Council's executive member for Culture and Communities, said, "Centre Square is one of the region's best venues, and a great family-friendly space for local, regional and national events. We wanted to give England fans the opportunity to follow the team's progress, and this worked well for Tuesday's game against Colombia. However, the behavior experienced on Saturday, and in particular the abuse and intimidation aimed at hard-working staff, was completely unacceptable and something we will not tolerate. England superfan creates ultimate man cave for World Cup, and he hasn't missed a game yet," CLR Thompson added. "This behavior put the safety of families and children in danger, and in at least one instance resulted in injury. We have consulted with our colleagues at Cleveland Police, and accept their advice that it would simply not be advisable to screen any further games in this way. I can only apologize to law-abiding fans. And I would urge those involved in Saturday's disorder to think long and hard about their behavior." The match is still being shown on the big screen at the Highfield Hotel on Martin Road.